Welcome to Hemp Barons. I'm Dan Humiston, and on today's show, we talked to Jenny Argie, the founder of Jenny Baked at Home. Jenny created her CBD micro brand out of necessity because she couldn't find healthy CBD cooking products to help her through her cancer treatment. The exciting news is Jenny owns one of the original 25 New York State hemp licenses and talks about her plans to build a hemp micro facility in Brooklyn, New York. Let's join my conversation with Jenny Argie. Jenny, welcome to Hemp Barons.
Thank you, Dan.
Like so many hemp companies, Jenny Baked at Home is here today because of an illness. You were diagnosed with breast cancer, and while undergoing treatment, you started doing some research and you stumbled upon hemp oil and all the amazing benefits, and you just couldn't find it. There was no products that were priced reasonably or had enough hemp seed oil. Tell us the Jenny Baked at Home story.
About 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I've never been very good at taking pharmaceuticals, especially opiates of any kind, that make me feel sick. I started looking in the market for something that I could use during my cancer treatment, and all that I could find was gummies and chocolate and things that were sort of unhealthy for somebody who was sick. So I set out to design a baking mix that was gluten-free, high protein, cacao chocolate, and that you could add your own canna oil to it, which was very different than buying something off the shelf because canna oil and sort of hemp oil, canna oil has a different property than a lot of different oils. I designed it. I brought it to market. I used it for myself to get through my cancer. After I fought the cancer, I was asked to go on a drug called tamoxifen. And tamoxifen is a hormone replacement therapy. And a lot of the research I was doing at the time was coming out of Israel and was showing that a high CBD diet discouraged cancer from adhering to MASH, the type of cancer that I had. I couldn't also find sort of a lifestyle brand. There was CBD capsules, there was tincture, but there was nothing I could use on a daily basis that would hit my receptors on the inside of my body and hit the receptors on the outside. So I set out to design a line of cooking oils, infused olive oil, CBD-infused coconut oil. I call it full spectrum hemp. And then topicals that I brought in functional medicine. So if your skin tends to respond to avocado with the vitamin E in it or almond, I would research that and then add it with the full spectrum hemp and create a lotion, an extra strength pain cream or something that would be used for psoriasis, like a balm. So I started developing it for myself because when I had the cancer, there were little nuances that started happening to me. My immune system started breaking down, so I was getting psoriasis really easily. And a lot of times cancer patients, their nails get really weak. So I was trying to develop products that would strengthen my nails, that would help the psoriasis, that would also work internally with me. So it was out of necessity.
Yeah, it's like you took lemons and turned it into lemonade. I mean, I'm at your website right now, and I'm looking at all your products. This is really impressive. And you did all this just to really help yourself out, and it turned into a brand.
Yes, I started about 4 years ago. Maybe 4.5 years ago, I had the concept, and then 4 years ago, I went into business, and then particularly in the last 2 years, I full tilt boogie went into manufacturing. And currently, I'm in Kentucky under the hemp pilot program there. So that's where I started, was in Kentucky, and currently I'm in the process of moving everything from seed to sale to New York.
Okay. You talked a little bit about the licenses that you've been awarded in New York, and you live in New York. I mean, New York is always sort of late to the game, but as far as hemp goes, it's pretty much in line with everybody else. You have 4 licenses right now for hemp in New York?
It is 4 because I was granted 1 out of 25 unique licenses in the beginning. Now they're trying to separate the licenses out. So you might have a distribution license, you might have a grow license, you might have a processing license, but to get all of it together is much harder now. And so I'm grandfathered in with the processing to distribution license. So I have that one license, and then my second license is the grow license.
I see. You already have a huge following. I would kind of almost call it like an underground following of people who trust your brand, who've grown up on this brand and are confident in whenever you provide products. And you're going to take these licenses and just expand your brand. Is that the plan?
Again, it kind of goes back to, true authenticity is that I started this as a woman in her 40s who couldn't find or trust anything out there. So I fit the demographic for women looking for a trusted brand. They're looking to identify with another female and somebody that has gone through raising children or cancer is relatable and identifiable. My idea is to create a sort of a cottage industry. I kind of compare myself to one of the Williams-Sonoma of the CBD cannabis world, and to be able to offer a high-end product, to be able to perhaps do my own unique grow strain, do an extraction facility, do the processing on site, kind of be the Brooklyn brewery of the industry, sort of a microbrewery, and to be able to offer and say that you know exactly where this product is coming from.
You are a trusted brand right now. You've proven that over the last 4 years. Let's talk about this project. That's a pretty ambitious project that you're talking about. You have everything in place except for probably the cash. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're raising and the type of partners that you're looking to work with?
I have a $6 million deck right now, and that is pretty aggressive when it comes to putting out a large volume of distillate and isolate. I have many different revenue sources within that. A lot of the farmers in New York, the hemp farmers, do not get the extraction license. So there's a revenue source with just extracting crude, and there's revenue source of buying biomass and selling to the market with isolate and distillate. And then there's the revenue source of doing white labeled. I think to really increase the brand awareness is somewhere between 3 and 6 million. It just depends on how fast we want to go to the market.
Okay. And the type of partners that you're looking for, do you need people that are going to be a little bit more hands-on or a little more hands-off?
Strategic partners are always awesome to have. People that have set up facilities before or have dealt with cannabis brands already. With the right investor, we could definitely find the right talent.
Well, we've been speaking with Jenny Argie, the president and sole owner of Jenny Baked at Home, and we'll have all of her information on the MJBulls website. This is an opportunity that won't last long, I have a feeling. You're positioned great, and like I said, this is a trusted brand already. You just need to get the word out there to people. I'm really excited for you.
Thank you so much, Dan. Really awesome talking to you.
Well, I'm glad to have you on the show today. Good luck.